Good morning. It's Monday, July 21st, and that means two things. Y'all forgot my birthday, and it's time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Technologies and their emergency units and exit signs. This is a full line, a full and flexible line, because they've got something that'll suit what you need or what your project requires. They've got red lights, green lights, white housings, black housing. If you need edge lit, they've got that too. The emergency units come in round and square. You've got a bunch of different lumen outputs, and they all come with Keystone power supplies and Keystone's guarantee. You've also got combo kit options if you really need to buy a lot. Otherwise, this is KeystoneTech.com. The link is in the description. Fagerhult will be buying Capelon. Capelon is a Swedish smart lighting company, and no, they did not disclose any details about that purchase. Current is expanding their distro centers across America. Salis O'Brien has bought the LDA. No details disclosed on that. On the tariff side of things, the European Union has delayed any retaliation against the U.S. until August 1st. Acuity is raising their prices for the third time this calendar year. The Rural Energy for America program has paused all funding. Previously, they'd spent about $1.2 billion in small towns and farms over the past 10 years. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development wants your feedback, specifically on the adoption of the 2021 International Energy Conservation Code, which is to say they probably won't adopt it unless you are tremendously in favor of it all of a sudden. The IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, will no longer be enforcing the so-called Johnson Amendment, which is to say that any organization under the 501c3 tax status can now directly make financial political contributions and or make public endorsements of political candidates. A lot of hay about this has been about large churches getting into politics more deeply, but let's all consider any organizations that might be 501c3 and what they might do with the impunity to act on the public sphere. Profits are down at Fagerhult, with Q2 sales down by 15%. Signify's share buyback continues, with 186,000 shares back with the board, bought at roughly 22.42 euros per share. Ledvance has bought a stake into Bridgelux, with 18.77% equity purchases planned. We have sales up at ABB. Q2 was a record setter for the company. We have sales up at Legrand, with the first half of the year showing sales up 13%. Hemeria has new owners. Francois Renault, Matthew Corotalo, and Nicholas Cohen are now leading the decorative lighting firm. Tactic has got a new federal contract. They will be working on national food safe lighting initiatives out of Wisconsin. Q2's Pulse of Lighting shows that the market is looking up, and Graybar has been named the best to sell for by Selling Power magazine. I think that's about the power of selling, not selling literal power. I don't think it's a direct energy magazine. In rep agency updates, PLP will be repping H.E. Williams in Los Angeles. J.M. Eagle has partnered with Kuntz Powell in the Mid-Atlantic and P&M Sales in New England. CAL will be repping Beta Calco in the Bay Area, Fresno, and Reno. Bell & McCoy has bought Bob Jones & Associates. In legal briefs, Cree LED has sued Nanolumens over 6 display patents. Invictus has sued RAB over wattage selection tech. In events and webinars, Exhibitor Reg is now open for New York Control Ed. That deadline is on the 29th. Leducation is seeking speakers by the 15th of September, and ArcLight is adding a new association and agency partners, specifically the Texas Society of Architects, the International Interior Design Association, Texas, and the Society of American Registered Architects. They'll all be at the September show. We have discovered a new vulnerability in eSIMs. 2 billion Kagan EUICC cards which are often in phones, but also in devices that use cell connections for IoT. They have a major backdoor that allows bad actors to do bad actions. TALQ is offering templates for outdoor projects. This is a new tool for smart city tenders, and it works in 7 languages. I know this because they put the press release out in 7 languages. LED Roadway Lighting, a Nova Scotia company, has secured a new grant for AI. This is in 2 million Canadian dollars through the Atlantic Canada Advancement Organization. Silvair has certified an HVAC system through their Bluetooth NLC profiles. Semitech will be replacing legacy powerline communications now. This is part of a new partnership with SafeSquare and Oxytolene. Pritzedic bulbs have secured approval from the Halleck Council. This is a smart lighting company that has been recognized for its ability of its controls to observe Shabbat. This is fiddly, but it's a thing that, some people need. Fiddly things are where the money is. Questel has developed a new module that combines MCU, Zigbee, and Bluetooth connectivity. That's a first for compatibility, really. I don't know if anyone needed it, but it's there. York University has developed a new deep neural network that will leverage AI to estimate reflected light. This is a tool to manage albedo of exterior lighting projects. We have new LEDs for endoscopy. This is a tool that can aid in the detection of gastrointestinal cancers. Tamarack Biotics has secured FDA approval for UV dairy safety. Previously to this technology, you would use pasteurization, which is to say you would take a relatively small amount of infrared radiation and expose it to milk or cream or curds or whey, and that infrared radiation would destabilize the bonds of pathogens, causing them to deactivate. This did come with a side effect of possibly negligible effects on the nutritional density of the end food product. But this new process will expose cream or curds or milk or whey to small amounts of UV radiation, which will destabilize the structure of pathogens with the side effect of negligible amounts of damage to the nutritional density of the end food product. Anyway, my in-laws probably won't get listeria now. Whatever. Shenyang Ag University has developed frog-centric lighting. This is a control system of RGBW lighting that improves the growth rate of tadpoles of Dybowski's frogs. Okay. On the dark side of things, a Romanian team have tracked the biomarkers of night shift burnout, enabling us to better understand when we should take people off shift work. Circadian rhythm has been linked with seizure-induced sinus arrhythmia, which is to say that the better rested you are, the more likely, or the less likely you will have a seizure while you're asleep and not breathe and die. Which is good. It's good to know that. Alan has been linked with obesity. This is part of a 15-year cohort study. A common dementia treatment alters melatonin receptors in rats. Exterior Alan has been linked with dementia symptoms overall. Naps, especially right after work, do improved shift worker recovery from the issues of shift work. Shift work includes hormonal issues for cis women. Color temperature does boost a lot of biomarkers in glowworms. Gene modification of the clock gene in mice shorts their clock period, their circadian period, but not the phases of it, so you still have to give them modulated light at night. Specifically, the light pollution in Southern California is causing a spike in sleep disorders in the region. New Brunswick has planned a new dark corridor along the Fundy coastline. Charlotte County, Florida has launched a turtle recognition program. Weber County, Utah is looking for volunteers for brightness data collection. Nevada State has launched their Dark Skies Toolkit. Maitland, Florida is adding dark sky lighting to one of their libraries. St. Pete, Florida has enforced lighting rules on a beachside lounge. Verona, Wisconsin is dealing with sky glow. Rappahannock County, Virginia is embracing new lighting regulations. Riverwoods, Illinois, their new pet shelter has installed new non-spilling lighting. We have a call for reinstatement of the model lighting ordinance in Arapahoe County, Colorado. And the Member of Parliament for South Shields, UK, has protested new streetlights near a known spot to watch the Northern Lights. Actually, the streetlights are pretty good. They've got the time to dimming thing going on. But anyway, in horticultural news, AI cannot farm. We have a study showing that greenhouse-grown cress loses a number of immunities and robustness compared to their outdoor counterparts. The University of York has set a new plan for veggie growers. The Tennessee-based grow lamp maker has secured debt relief from MRP Easy. NYSCI has partnered with NYSW to produce harvests out of Queens. AgTech Campus in South Carolina has added a hydroponic farm, and Flow has opened an entirely new vertical farm in Qatar. In recommended reading, all these links are on nailed.org and more. We have how to pick a wildlife-friendly fixture, what color should your accent walls be, the costs of copper tariffs so far. We have a liquidator's view on the business landscape, David Gordon on AI sales and sex ed. We have shopping for rechargeable lighting, LED color and why rooms just look weird sometimes, how to get rebates before they go, CCT choice, but make it a horoscope. I don't actually recommend reading that one. That's why I gave it a sarcastic title there. Links at nailed.org. We have modularity is sustainability. Oklahoma mayors are calling for lighting funds, and why? Why do restaurants keep their lights so low? A recap of lightivation, and a case study of both lighting and UV disinfection at a tuberculosis clinic. In local news, the Maine governor's mansion is expanding security, including lighting. We have new infrastructure bill going ahead in Vermont. We have Indiana schools securing funds for crosswalk lighting. Michigan is offering new solar grants. Purple lights from Acuity have hit Columbus, Ohio yet again. Babcock Ranch, Florida has secured recognition for its solar-powered lighting. Jones County, Georgia has gotten some new funds for streets and courthouse lighting. The St. John's, New Brunswick jail has gotten lighting retrofixed, which is great because New Brunswick is now home to Canada's greatest hotspot for stolen copper. The Washington DOT is dealing with wire theft as well. The crime rate in New Orleans is down. Must be lighting, say police that didn't actually do any advice about lighting design. In Cattaraugus County, their local SPCA location is looking for $6 million for renovations, including lighting retrofits. We should just call them that now. In Corpus Christi, Texas, parks are now offering shade. We have new lighting at the Dartmouth, Massachusetts Dog Park. Oak Ridge, North Carolina is securing utility funds for park walkways. We have new funds for El Paso, Texas parks and sports fields. The SRP has recovered 500 tons in utility poles. That's right. They're going to reclaim that wood for fancy coffee tables or something. I don't know what you do with reclaimed wood, but there we go. And in Hamden, Connecticut, the U.S. Tennis Association gave them funds to resurface and relight their tennis courts. But they painted pickleball lines on them, and now those funds are in jeopardy. There we go. Internationally, African Development Bank has funded street lighting in Rwanda. We have a new contest to relight the Cathedral Santiago de Compostela in Spain. Eureka Forbes has partnered with Dixon in India. In People News, Lutron has named Edward Blair as their vice chair on the BOD. Mike Felton has joined ICO as a senior vice president. Nick Witten has been named the recipient of the Gene Heap Bursary, and Templeman is now officially, finally, the CEO at Signify. In the debunk zone, Senator Marwayne Mullen claimed that the Rescission Act of 2025 would end funds for gender diversity in Mexican street lighting industry, which was just a bit of non-factual hyperbole. Of course, most of that bill was targeted at international food and medical aid, as well as support for public broadcasting. And this teen did not hack a Dayton, Ohio traffic signal because he's not a real teen. The entire TikTok was AI generated. That link's on nailed.org. Also, this dress is made out of glowing microorganisms. The Flipper Zero, a handy device for just playing around with tech and maybe doing crimes, can pull on-thread devices. We have a coffee table with a glowing traffic map that you can make. You can hack some dollar store lights to make something a lot better than dollar store solar lights. And you can turn the newest Sony Bravia TV into a fake window. Anyway, I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time, your attention. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your music. All the hate mail goes to Mike and Aaron. Thank you for that. See ya.
Our quarterly pursuit of youth. Quarterly sayers of sooth. What is sooth? Better pull the next tooth before you shoot. Point the trigger at the hoof. Does Joe seem a bit aloof? 90 proof. Let's drink scotch on the roof. Our shot at truth. A late night liquor run. Senescent sun. We can't outgun the 4 down lens you sent. The odied dead. Better run. How did you end up here? Beef jerky and wheat beer. Brewster's lost us left here. Dawn has now caught your scent. You can't make rent. Just crash here. Our quarterly pursuit of death. The truck bed still smells like meth. Huff a breath. Don't misspell shibboleth. Stop and go lights. Future's got you in its sights. Why'd you move out of the heights? Your last rites. Time to count those egg whites. No second bites. Oh Christ, we hit an L.